Up on Capitol Hill is with the senator. Manu, take it away. What can you tell us?
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yes, we're here with Senator Fetterman. Senator, thanks for talking to me. You're going to become the first Democrat to meet with Pete Hegseth later today. What do you want to hear from him?
Well, we're just going to have a straight-up conversation. It's all going to be off the record. It's just going to be, hey, I'm going to meet the guy. And honestly, I've never heard of him before he was nominated. So it's an opportunity to just have a discussion on a lot of kind of issues. And I suspect there's some things we might agree on in terms of military, whether it's China or Israel. And maybe disagree some, perhaps, on the Ukraine, but I think it's an opportunity to have a conversation. I'm not sure why it would be controversial to anybody. If he's the individual who could potentially be the next Secretary of Defense, I think I'm not just the senator for Pennsylvania for my voters or Democrats, it's for all of us. And now we have received a lot of support, calls into our office saying, hey, we have a conversation. So I'm just doing my job. I see that.
Are you going to ask him about all of these allegations of misconduct, excessive drinking, sexual assault?
Yeah, well, and again, of course, there's going to be an FBI vet, and there's going to be a committee hearing, and all of that is going to happen through that. So that's why this is just part of a conversation on all of those things.
He has denied those allegations.
I've read that.
Do you believe those? Do you believe those denials?
Well, again, it's like I know there hasn't been any formal charges. Or criminal ones, but it's all one of the things I'm sure that perhaps might come up in that conversation today, yes. But I am aware that there are some allegations, of course.
Do you think that some of those accusers should come forward publicly and put their name on this, or at least he should release one of them from a non-disclosure agreement?
No, I really think it's just part of whoever wants to come out or plans to, that's fine, but I believe that's probably going to come out on the FBI vetting or in the hearing.
There's been some concerns about his qualifications. He's of course a military veteran, but he's never run something as so significant as a Pentagon. Do you come in with any concerns about that?
I think we've had a similar conversation where it's like when the other side wins, they pick the people. Now, I certainly wouldn't have been in my top 10 choice because I wasn't familiar with him at all. So now, just because that would not be my kinds of choice, as some of them haven't been, but that's where we are. So if this is the individual that could potentially have this incredibly important role, and I think it's responsible for me to be a senator from Pennsylvania to have a conversation and to establish some type of a relationship with that individual.
Are you open to supporting him?
I'm open to having a conversation. That's where I'm at. A lot still has to happen before all of that place, where, again, the FBI vetting and the hearing and all these things. So that's where we're at.
What about some of the other controversial Trump picks, like Kash Patel or RFK Jr.? Do any of those give you pause at this point?
All I am saying is that Democrats or other people can freak out over anyone that was nominated, and I am not that guy. And I'm open to have a conversation for whoever especially really important ones. Like yesterday, I met with Representative Stefanik, and I was going to vote for her. And Rubio, another people. There are people that we may agree on a lot of things or disagree on other things, but if these people are going to hold these kinds of offices, and we are in the business of working and getting along with people that disagree with some of the things we have, and we try to find the things that we can possibly agree on for the best possible outcomes. And I represent Pennsylvania, and to point out Donald Trump carry Pennsylvania, and he's going to be the next president. So it's all part of the conversation. And that's why I have decided to engage with people that are going to be incredibly important parts of the new administration.
And just very quickly, some folks on the left may say that by doing that, you're giving them a veneer of bipartisanship, and you guys should be drawing better, sharper contrasts with Trump. What do you say to them?
No? Again, they're entitled to their opinions, but to me, I don't know why it's controversial to have a dialogue with the people that are going to be part of the next administration.
Right. Senator John.
But yeah, and those individuals can vent or rant on Twitter. But I'm here to have conversations, and I think I'm just doing my job.
Okay. Senator John Fetterman was meeting with Pete Hegseth, first Democrat to do so, telling us what's on his mind about that very important meeting.
The Steelers are going to definitely beat the Eagles. We agreed. Yeah.
There may be some pushback from that. Not from me as a Bears fan, but that's a different story. All right, Jim, back to you.
I'm a Commanders fan, so I don't have a dog in that fight. But all right, Manu and.